the cloud or to the. Hi guys, welcome. My name is Cristin, and I, alongside Whitney and Severin, are going to be sharing with you guys today some simple solutions to help everyone move forward in their health in a very simple and convenient manner. So we don't want to take too much of your time. I know everyone is busy, so we are just going to go ahead and jump right on in, okay? So let me just get to our slideshow from the beginning. All right, so today we're talking about healthy living, inspiring healthy living, and how, like I said, we can get make simple changes that make a world of a difference. So Whitney's going to kick us off, and we'll go from there.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. So we just want to start first by sharing with you some of these statistics. So 1 in 4 people are going to die of heart disease. 1 in 2 women and 1 in 3 men will develop cancer. 1 in 3 will have diabetes by 2050, and 1 in 5 children is obese. So we as a nation, as a country, although we have some of the most resources in the world, we are one of the most unhealthy people populations. And this is why we are so passionate about sharing health solutions, not only for our family and our children next generation, but for the people that we love, because we know that children are more harmed by diet today than by exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. So there's really 2 reasons, 2 leading causes as to why we are so unhealthy. The first is that our environmental toxins are increasing. So if you look at this graphic, you'll see pollution, our water contaminants, pesticides, herbicides, prescriptions, over-the-counter drugs, everything that you put on your hair and on your skin. All of these contaminants, some of them, the toxins we can control, but a lot of them, unfortunately, we cannot. So these toxins are increasing. And the second leading cause is that our food quality, unfortunately, is decreasing. More than 50% of what most Americans eat is processed. So we know that if it's processed, it's filled with preservatives, flavor enhancers. It has a lot of synthetic vitamins in it or growth hormones, especially in our meats. It's genetically modified. We know it's been sprayed with pesticides and herbicides and all of that. So we know that our food is not what it was 50 years ago. We know things even like our broccoli, our vegetables are losing 50 to 80% of key nutrients before we even purchase it, because it's picked and then it travels way before it was ripe. So these are the 2 reasons. Our food quality is decreasing and our toxins are increasing.
So what can we do to be healthier? It's not all doom and gloom, you guys. There are things that we can do. We can exercise, move our bodies, make sure we're getting enough sleep, and managing our stress. Everyone does that differently. You've got to figure out what works for you. Drink enough water. We always recommend half your body weight in ounces every single day. Use safer products. There are so many leaner and cleaner products. I have an app on my phone, the Think Dirty app, and the EWG app. If you want those apps, you're welcome to message me. But it's just an easy way that you can scan a barcode on a product or type it in, and they can tell you the rating if it's good or not. But today we're going to focus on eating real food and making sure we're getting good nutrition into our bodies every single day. So many of us have seen this image of the apple where the left side of the apple looks aged and not delicious on the left-hand side, where it's all brown because of oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is something that happens no matter what we do, you guys. Yes, of course, you're getting more oxidative stress if you're exercising, if you're ill, if you're pregnant, all of those things. But we're also getting and experiencing oxidative stress just by eating and breathing. And those are things we definitely don't want to stop doing. So there's only one way to combat oxidative stress, and that is through antioxidants. Where do antioxidants come from? Fruits and vegetables. So they simply took a lemon, squeezed it on the right side of the apple, and you see that it protects the cells from oxidative stress, keeps them from aging, But you guys, a lot of people think oxidative stress and they think wrinkles, but you've got to think that it's not just your skin, it's your internal organs, it's the cells within your entire body experiencing oxidative stress. So you want to keep those healthy, plump, and looking good, right? You want them to resemble the right side of that apple, not the left. So antioxidants come from fruits and vegetables. We need to be getting 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. A serving is about the size of your fist. So be real with yourself and think for a minute, how many servings have you had today? You know, it's 1 o'clock here, 2 o'clock in the afternoon there. How many have you had? The problem is that, you know, it used to be 5 servings a day, half your plate, all the things, and it keeps growing because of the things Whitney discussed earlier. Our produce is harvested way before it's nutritionally developed. It's transported thousands of miles instead of just going into our backyards or a local farm and getting our fresh produce. And 90% of Americans don't eat enough. I think it's 89% of Americans don't even get 5 servings a day. And I would venture to say that it's close to about 1 to 2 servings that most people eat every single day. But it's not just quantity, it's also quality. We need to be getting variety. We need to be getting things when they're nutritionally developed. So we're really just missing out on a lot of nutrients in a lot of different ways. Which brings me to my story. I'm going to give y'all the brief version. This is a more recent picture of my kids, but when we got started, my son was 2.5 years old, and he was a very picky toddler. He had gone from eating all the baby foods that I gave him to having his own opinions on what he wanted to eat. And he was living on what I like to call the toddler diet, which is nothing but carbs and cheese. And I knew that that wasn't serving his body in any way. When I remembered that my parents gave us something called Juice Plus when we were kids, or at least tried for a short period of time, I reached out to the family friends whom we got it from and said, okay, I need to supplement my son's intake of fruits and vegetables. And our friend Billy said, no, this is not a supplement. I unknowingly was seeking out a multivitamin because I just didn't know what I didn't know. He explained to me that Juice Plus is actually fruits and vegetables, you guys. Like, it's broccoli, kale, spinach, carrots, pineapple, all those foods I was desperately trying to get my son to eat came in the form of a fruit snack chewable that kids love to consume. And my mom brain exploded. I was like, yes, sign me up. I need to tell every single mom I know about this. I want it for my kids. I want it for me. So we got started, and you guys, that was like the end of what I expected of it. I did not have any expectations of results or benefits. I knew better. I should have expected more, but boy, was I surprised in such a great way. Just a couple weeks into getting started, his teacher pulled us aside and said, I need to know what you're doing differently at home. Now, this was not anything irregular. This 2-year-old was in the principal's office all the time for bad behavior. And I thought truly he had like stabbed somebody with a pencil, cut somebody's hair. I was like, oh no, what happened? But she said, no, it's the opposite. He is more focused. His demeanor has changed. He's happier. He's just all around doing better. What are you doing differently? And the only thing we had changed was adding Juice Plus to his diet. In that moment, I realized how nutritionally deprived he was, that it was impacting his behavior, not just his physical health, but his behavior, his brain as well. Over the next few months, I started to take note and realize that we had gone from being frequent flyers at the pediatrician, catching every single cold, flu, cough, fever, you name it, he got it, to becoming a well visit only family. This was astounding to me. I thought we had missed a visit. I thought it was normal to know everybody in the office by first name and have just common conversations with them over the phone. But you guys, just because it's common does not mean it's normal, and you do not have to live that life. I am a testament to that. I have 4 children now, and I used to be living on coffee and naps, sleeping every time they did. But now I'm a thriving mommy of 4, and I don't think anybody who knows me personally will say that I am deprived of energy. We began noticing that my son was actually asking for fruits and vegetables, this picky toddler who refused to eat them. And that is a result of something called metabolic programming. Your body craves what you give it. And when you're giving it nutrient dense foods, it craves more of it. And that was a wonderful thing to see. It helped it to become a catalyst for more positive changes. We began noticing what we were eating, what we were buying, checking labels, moving our bodies more, drinking more water. And this had such a wonderful impact on all of our health. My asthma that I had had since I was 2, completely dependent on a rescue inhaler multiple times a week, if not every single day, was now becoming lost because I wasn't using it and forgetting where I placed it. My runs improved. We just felt good. I even was able to use it as a prenatal for my last 2 pregnancies. And because I was sharing with every mama I knew, I began hearing other stories of health transformations, things that were totally different from my own, as you will see in Whitney and Severin's stories later on. But as I heard these transformations, it fueled me and continues to fuel my fire to share more, to help more, to empower more, and see what other people can experience with this one simple change. My story might not relate to you at all, or maybe it's speaking exactly to your heart. But what I can promise you is there's a reason it's called God's pharmacy. Fruits and vegetables nutrition is incredibly powerful.
All right, so I would love for you guys to take a look at these images. So you see a traditional vitamin supplement next to a pretty red apple. On the left, you see a supplement label. This is what you're going to find on a traditional vitamin at the grocery store or wherever you may find it. And then on the right are 10,000 phytonutrients, plant nutrients found in one apple. So, unfortunately, 70% of Americans are trying to fill the gaps in their nutrition because we all know we need more, but they're filling it with a multivitamin. And we know multivitamins have very few extracted, isolated nutrients, like on the supplement label. But what the awesome thing is that plants have so many more nutrients for us, and they actually work together. When you have the variety of plants every day, the plants work together in our bodies, just like an orchestra or a symphony would work together to make beautiful music. That's what happens in our bodies. And so we've even have new studies. There are new studies out there that show that research is showing that isolated vitamins, the traditional supplements, do more harm for our bodies than good. So our family made the shift from a synthetic supplement to a whole food source 9.5 years ago. And I'm going to share more about our story in just a minute. So what is Juice Plus? Juice Plus bridges the gaps with whole food plants. You get over 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries every single day. They're harvested and picked at the peak of ripeness. They are pulverized, not juiced, but pulverized at very low temperatures to preserve the nutrients. They're put into capsules or chewables, and we also have a full spectrum omega blend. So look at this picture, and I want you to think about how many fruits, vegetables, and berries are you and your family eating on a daily basis. You may be like our family. We tried to eat healthy, and we really did our best, but we were only getting maybe 5 or 6 on a rotation, maybe 8 on a rotation, but definitely not every single day.
So like Whitney said, we also have the plant-based omegas. We skip the fish so we don't have the fishy burps and go straight to the source. Omegas are incredible for your heart, brain, joint, skin, eyes, for pregnancy, for memory fog, for so many things within your body. And this is all coming straight from plants, completely vegan, pure and sustainable, omegas that taste phenomenal. There are tons of kids, including my own, who actually chew them up without any complaints, and then just swallow some water to get these omegas in and support their growing brains. So what makes Juice Plus unique? It's food. It's not a multivitamin. It comes with a nutrition facts label, not a supplement label. It's made with all non-GMO ingredients. You can see it's gluten and dairy free. It's NSF certified, meaning that everything on the label is actually in the product, and everything in the product is actually on the label. Sounds like common sense. However, the Attorney General's office has gone in and taken health products off the shelves, tested them, and found that there were things in the product not on the label, and on the label that were not on the product. So you need to know exactly what you're getting, and that NSF certification gives you that. So it's also the most researched nutritional product in the world, with over 40 peer-reviewed published clinical studies and growing. We're going to talk more about that in just a few minutes. Before we move forward, we just want to be sure that everyone understands Juice Plus is not about treating or curing specific conditions or diseases. We are not here making any claims that Juice Plus is going to cure you from anything, but what we do know is that fruits and vegetables are powerful. Nutrition is powerful, and there's only one way to find out what it is going to do for you.
So when I was looking for a supplement for our family, I wanted to know that it was simple, and I wanted to know there was science. And that's what I found with Juice Plus. We have over 40 peer-reviewed clinical studies on Juice Plus, where these amazing institutions have taken Juice Plus, studied it on humans, found that it's bioavailable, it gets in our bloodstream, that it does awesome things to all aspects of our physiological health. So you can see the list here: MD Anderson, Nemours Children's Clinic, and the list goes on. And you'll see that on the next slide, you can see that some of the research is reflected there. So we know that it not only just gets in our bloodstream, which is most important, but once it's there, that it helps our cardiovascular wellness. It helps reduce inflammation in our body. It supports our quality of life, producing healthy cholesterol, LDL, triglyceride levels, and that it helps create a healthy gut microbiome. It helps with your lung function, your skins, your immune system, reducing oxidative stress like Cristin talked about, and many, many more. But the most important thing is to know, we know that Juice Plus gets in your bloodstream just like food, and that the body recognizes, absorbs, and utilizes it. The awesome thing that helped our family get started was that Juice Plus has a Healthy Family Starts program. So every adult order can come with a free child order, and you can get it from age 4 through age 25. That is so awesome, and it helps so many families and people get started, because not only are you able to get healthier, but then you're able to help bring on a child to have the same experiences. And I saw these statistics come to life. Children are eating more fruits and vegetables. It helps change the palate of babies and toddlers and children's mouths and their tongues, so they're wanting more plants. They're visiting the doctor less because they're not sick as much, like Cristin shared, and they're more aware of their health. So it helps be a catalyst to making even more changes. I'm going to share with you guys briefly our family's journey over the last 9 years. So like I said, I was on a hunt for something different for our family. We were struggling with sickness. My kids were ages 4 and 2, and I was pregnant with my third. And we were constantly at the pediatrician's office. My daughter and my son and my husband struggled with seasonal allergies. My daughter had chronic ear infections. My son struggled with severe eczema, seasonal allergies, and asthma. So that's often a triad that you'll see. And he was put on steroids for his skin and for his breathing. So I really began to pray for something different other than just putting band-aids on what I knew were deeper rooted issues. And that is when I had a few different friends share with me about Juice Plus. And when I saw that it came with a nutrition label, I knew it was food that could only help us. And I saw the science. It just made sense that we should at least give it a try. So we did. Within a month, I saw my son's skin begin to clear up. So he needed less and less of the steroid cream, and they started getting sick less. So therefore, we didn't have the triggers for the asthma and the allergies. Their immune systems began to balance out, and they were going to the doctor less. Within a year, my son was off of his asthma inhalers. He no longer needed his eczema treatment. And my husband and my daughter's seasonal allergies also cleared up. I had a great pregnancy. I went on and used Juice Plus in my fourth pregnancy. And what was so awesome was that those third and fourth babies, they were in preschool and all of the things as well as the first two, but never had a sick day from preschool. So I know that those plants, even very young, were helping give them a strong and healthy immune system. I am so grateful just for my increased energy that I am able to have every single day. And I feel like I struggled a lot before Juice Plus with that, but just the wellness and the energy. My husband doesn't get his sinus infections anymore. So we know and are confident that Juice Plus lays that foundation at the cellular level to create healthy cells, which impact our entire body and how we feel from the inside out. And we are so, so thankful.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about each of the products. So we offer complete shakes, which are absolutely amazing. Our family loves them. My little girls ask for pudding every single morning, and I'm happy to oblige. And I get to feel like the cool mom because they get to eat pudding and popsicles for breakfast, but it's actually doing incredible things for their bodies, including balancing the defense against disease and cancer. So these come with, there's vanilla and chocolate. They're gluten and dairy free, 13 grams of protein. They have fiber in them, low glycemic, which means there's no spike and drop in your sugar, which is amazing for a lot of people, but especially for diabetics. That's very important that they don't have that sugar spike. And we also have now soy-free complete for those people who have an allergy to soy. But it is very, very good for you. The research shows that it's got all 9 essential amino acids and produces tons of benefits. So if you want to know more about that, please reach out to the person that invited you here. We also have Juice Plus Perform, which is tailored for performance. And one thing that I learned is this is not just for athletes. This is wonderful for aging women, especially to help with bone strength. So with bone strength, it helps with supporting muscle growth and recovery from workouts for athletes, obviously. It supports energy production. It helps with brain fog and clearly I haven't had my Perform today, but it helps you in a myriad of ways. And it's wonderful for athletes, women who love to work out, men who love to work out, and even for parents who have children that are in different sports. It's wonderful for them as well. So Juice Plus is all about bridging the gap. It's not about replacing food, but rather putting a bridge between what we typically eat in a day, like the actual reality, what we wish and hope and dream that we would eat in a day. And there's Juice Plus that helps be in the middle and bridge the gap between the two.
You know, I don't know if you guys have ever tried to grow food in your yard or in a planter, but have you noticed that when you're growing food, for our case, it was just herbs in the backyard, that I actually so enjoyed going to my garden to pick the basil or the rosemary. And I found that I ate more foods that related to those particular things I was growing. So this product I absolutely love. My name is Severin Garrett, and we love Tower Gardens because we have found that many people like to grow fruits and vegetables at home. And we know due to studies that the people that grow fruits and vegetables at home actually eat more fruits and vegetables. So Juice Plus came out with this product because it fits so well under the umbrella of getting more plant-based nutrition into our bodies. And they have two versions. You'll see on the left, there's a Tower Garden Home that's typically for indoor growing. And then there's a Tower Garden Flex, which is typically for outdoor growing. But the best part about this system is it's so simple to use. My husband and I had tried to grow food for years, and we had an indestructible rosemary bush that was, we were very proud of, and a little bit of basil, but that was it. And now that we have a Tower Garden, we grow a ton of food, everything from gourmet lettuces, kale for my smoothies, spinach, and we've even been growing strawberries recently, and that's been fun. So if you at all have any interest in growing food at home, talk to the person who invited you, because this product is something that you can use 12 months out of the year, and it's an excellent way to get your family involved in eating more healthy foods by growing more healthy foods. I want to share a little bit of my story. You've heard Cristin's story. You've heard Whitney's story. They're both busy moms with kiddos that were struggling with some illness. My husband and I did not have children. We do have a puppy that's shortbread, and she's having a fun time. She's 9 months old. But our story was that I struggled with an autoimmune condition in my mid-30s. I was on 4 medications daily. And I was having trouble sleeping at night because I knew there would be side effects to those medications. And after many, many doctor's visits and lots of tests, all they had for me were Band-Aids for my, symptoms. And I was so grateful when a friend from my Bible study introduced me to Juice Plus. And she said, I know that we all need more fruits and vegetables. I'm not sure, how much it will help your body, but it can't hurt your body. So let's give it a try. And in my case, it took 6 months, and I was able to go off all 4 of those medications. And you may not be on medications. I hope you're not. But what I want you to know is the power of whole food nutrition. God created fruits and vegetables to heal our body, and that's what happened for me. My husband was not on any prescription medications, but he took a lot of over-the-counter allergy medications and asthma meds, and those were also eliminated after at least 8 months, just adding Juice Plus. But as you've heard from Whitney and Cristin, this was a catalyst for us to do more and more healthy things in our lifestyle. We've always exercised. We were healthy people. We were running marathons when we were introduced to Juice Plus, and we thought we were healthy. But what we found was there just were additional layers of health that we could take advantage of, adding more micronutrition in the capsules we've talked about, the macronutrition with the protein shakes, and then now growing our own food. And I will tell you that we started with 1 tower on our back deck, and now we have a farm in North Carolina with 100 towers, and we grow food for our local hospitals and restaurants, and it's just been an amazing way to impact our community. So we're so grateful that someone introduced us to the simplicity of whole food nutrition in these little capsules, but it's been a multiplier effect in so many ways in our family. So I want to close this up today by telling you that many times I run by Starbucks and get a cup of coffee, and I am definitely spending over $2.67 on that cup of coffee. And what you can do by just adding Juice Plus is less than a cup of coffee, $2.67. And then you're getting free product for your kiddos, which I love. And the child doesn't have to be direct to you. We help children that we care about in our lives that are not our children and get them Juice Plus gummies. So be sure and ask the person who invited you for more information on that. We were taking a fish oil. We really loved having omegas, but we have found that the plant-based omegas are so much better for our body, and the cost was roughly the same. So we every day start with the Juice Plus Complete Shake, and we spend, you can see there, about $3 a shake with some added, frozen fruits or whatever. There's just a very reasonable cost to getting all this nutrition into your body. And we understand it better than most because I was taking so many medications and they were so expensive. But even if you're not taking medications and you're trying to prevent any type of future illness, this is so reasonable. And we would love to explain more details to you, but I'm hoping that you're seeing that, every family can afford this because it is so good for our bodies. So, the last thing I'd like to say is that there's 3 ways you can take a look at this. First, you can become a Juice Plus customer, and I'd love to take really good care of you if I invited you today or someone else on this call, and just help you get the product in your body every day. We've talked about the benefits. The second is you might want to join us in this mission and help 3 to 5 other families get involved in getting more nutrition and just, be a catalyst for hope in our world that is really hopeless towards health right now. How many people do you know struggling with some kind of chronic illness or disease? It's really sad. But I decided to get started just because I want to pay for my family's product, just share it with a few people. And then that grew. I fell in love with this community. I fell in love with the opportunity to create an additional income stream for my family and to contribute in new ways to my family. I came from corporate America. I shall tell you, I had a very lucrative business that I ran. But what I realized is I wanted to make an impact in more people's lives. And so eventually, after giving up my corporate America job, I love that now I can really have an impact in the lives of many families. And it is really so simple to get involved. Start with the product. Everybody needs a product. Consider joining our mission. And then finally take a look at whether or not this could be a good fit for your family in creating an additional income stream. So we're so glad that you took time today and that you are considering Juice Plus as a product. And we'd just like to formally invite you to join our mission. And our mission is all about inspiring healthy living around the world. Thank you for taking time, and we will turn off the recording now and open up the floor for questions, but we really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day.
All right.